you have all this incredible background up into even you get into sports. It's almost like it was a curse that you were as good as you worked because Bo Jackson, the CEO, that nobody knows outside the bit. Let's say you never play sports, you would have still been just as successful. So it's almost like a curse that happens as that other personality because you're so powerful behind it.
Well, I tell you what, if there was no Bo Jackson, the sports guy, there would have been a captain or sergeant or lieutenant or general Jackson in the military, pilot, period. No doubt about it.
So do you feel like, I mean, the world looks at you different than what the reality is because the reality is sports wasn't really meant to be your outlet. Your outlet was to be a leader in something.
I accidentally stumbled into sports.
Yeah.
Like I said, as a child, in our neighborhood where we grew up, we were 75, 80% relatives, the whole neighborhood. And we didn't have computers, no cell phones, 3 channels on most TVs, no cable, no internet, so we had to make our own fun. We were the community baseball, community softball, and we were the community pickup football team. And I would always play with friends and siblings and relatives that were older than me because they were always, the big kids were always 1 or 2 players short. I'd fill in. And I always played on their level. So sports to me was easy. Sports to me was easy. So when I got to play with kids my own age, the parents would sit up in the stand and yell, "Get that man off the field with our kids." And I heard that all the way through high school. And it didn't bother me. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny, but the thing about it, it didn't matter what path I took. I had already taken on the mentality that I was going to be damn good at it as a child when I was 6, 7 years old. Not knowing what that would have been, but
yeah, it's fascinating. I mean, so when the Bo Knows campaign comes out, because of your maturity at that point, are you still looking at that as a blessing, or are you just like it's a part of the story?
Everything that happened after high school was a blessing for me. Because if you look at it, like the elderly people in the neighborhood said, I wasn't supposed to be there. Everything's a blessing. I didn't take anything for granted. I didn't take my 4 years at Auburn for granted. I didn't take my time in the NFL or in Major League Baseball for granted. I cherished every day that I was able to do what I do because, like I said, I use that as a platform to get me to the next level. And that's all that you can do. That's all that you can do. Stay in your lane and make sure that you do what you're supposed to.